something I was thinking about. No one's saying fire Kyle Shanahan today. No one's saying that. But like we always talk about, he reminds me a lot of Andy Reid in Philly. He reminds me a lot of Andy Reid in Philly. Is Nahegan in the background somewhere? Like, what exactly happened in Philadelphia? Like, refresh my memory. They had one bad season after knocking on the door a lot, or they had multiple down seasons. What ended up doing
Well, it was just there a long time. At some point, it gets stale, right? He was there for 13, 14 years. It was
that many?
Yeah. It was at some point, it just gets stale, and you need to change of pace. Like, you just need something different. We're not at that point with Kyle Shanahan.
No, we're not.
Yet.
But I'm just like,
but that's what happened with Eddie Reid. It just got stale. It got very, very stale. And that last year, with the Dream Team, I want to say.
Would they go 6-10?
Andy Reid and Mike Vick and Jeremy Maclin and Vince Young was the backup quarterback. It was time for a change. It was time for a change.
What did in Marv Levy?
Huh?
What did in Marv Levy?
Well, they were done. The dynasty was over.
Yeah.
And he went through the late 90s. He left, 97, 98? Maybe I could be wrong there. But they had gotten to the 4 Super Bowls, lost them. Then you start losing
that core phased out.
Then you start losing in the wild card. It's like, all right, it's time to. You got to go.
Yeah,
you got to go.
I'm not asking for Shanahan's dismissal. I'm not saying that he needs to be fired. I'm just curious. Like now, I'm like racking my brain. Like how many of these devastating losses? Because there is a pattern. It's hard to defend the guy. I love the dude. I think he's brilliant. I do think he gets in his own way at times. Right. Like when he had the double pass play, we were all going, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" A double pass play with Jawan Jennings. They're gonna pull this off,
and they did pull it off. They scored a touchdown to go up 10-0. Shanahan going for it on 4th and 3. I thought it was the gutsiest call of his coaching career. And if they win that game, he looks like a pro. We're talking about that 4th and 3 play to George Kittle for the rest of our lives. Shanahan down 13-10 at the 16, whatever yard line it was, and they went for it. And we're all in the stadium like, what is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? And they snap it, and Kittle barely gets the first down, but they go up 16-13. And you're thinking to yourself, damn, Shanahan, he's grown up. He's gotten more aggressive. Well, you know what? Maybe, I don't know, man. When you have all the blunders that you have, listen, you didn't play a clean football game. That's the biggest problem to me. That's what I blame this game on. You needed to play a clean football game. You needed to put together your best effort. You fumble on the first drive. You go 3 and out 3 straight times in the third quarter. You muff and punt in the third quarter. You get an extra point blocked.
False starts.
Guys getting hurt. False starts. Holding calls. You're behind the sticks. Next thing you know, you're facing 2nd and 18s, 3rd and 12s, 3rd and 13s. You can't get those. You can't convert that. You're kidding. Are you kidding me against a defense like that? You were not buttoned up in the biggest game of the season, and that's on Shanahan, and that's on everybody who plays offensive football for the 49ers.
I do want to watch it back at some point. I'm not prepared just yet. Yeah, it felt like as the game kept going on, Kansas City kept out-hitting us, and we were walking off with injuries left and right. It just felt that way. Now, I don't know if that's really exactly how it went down, but it felt like Kansas City maintained the level of physicality, and the Niners were slowly tapering off, and we looked like the tired team.
Listen, man.
And we looked like the team that came out of the wild card as opposed to having the week off.
It was,
did it not?
No, it did. It did. And the fact is, you bring up Kansas City hitting hard. When they scored to go up 10-0 Shasky, Kansas City was on the ropes. They were dazed and confused at that point. And the fact that the Niners walked into halftime only up 1 score, I said, damn, this is problematic because Kansas City's going to receive the second half. Now, they threw a pick on that drive, no doubt about it, but you don't convert it for points. You get the ball at the 44-yard line, and you go 3 and out. And you actually lose 5 yards because Aaron Banks has a false start. So the fact that Kansas City went into the locker room only down 7 after that first half, I said, oh, boy, we got to live through this again. That's where you lose games right there, where you don't put away a team, or at least build a sustainable lead. If you could go up 13-3 or 16-3, hell, 17-3 going into half, we feel a lot better.
Travis Kelce by himself, 9 for 93.
Had more yards and catches than Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle.
Travis Kelce by himself.
And that was all in the second half.
And then I'm looking at Mahomes. Like, it's hard to not see 9 attempts rushing, scrambling for 66 yards, and that doesn't even tell half the story.
Yep.
The 22-yard run was incredible.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep. Let's go to Juan in Richmond. Juan, what's happening? You're on the West.
9 for 93.
Good morning, guys. I don't even ask how you guys are doing. This sucks. It's painful. I mean, I wanted to see a Super Bowl win with my boys, and it's just like, as the game is going on, I'm getting that feeling. Come on, guys. I mean, this game, Bill Walsh, this game is a game of adjustment. And I did not see the necessary adjustments that needed to be made during the game. Okay, you have Ayuk and Debo being, covered by two great corners. Okay, that opens up the middle. So, we still have Kittle and McCaffrey to unlock. So you got to, open up the middle of the field. You have too many weapons to fall in love with the same old game plan that you're running. Andy Reid made the adjustments. That's why they won. Shanahan did not make the adjustments. That's why we lost. I'm like, you push. Okay, that's not working. Let's go for something else. Okay. Andy Reid adjusted at halftime. What did we do? We just ran up the same old thing, and we just looked tired. We looked like we were uninspired. It was uninspired football. I was like, come on, guys, get in the game. You guys, this is the championship game. You're playing like a deer in the headlights. You're playing not to lose. You're not playing to win. You're not playing championship football. You're playing like it's, oh my God, we're here. No kidding. Get in the game and win it. Grab it.
It's 10-6, third quarter, 3:59 to go. They go Pacheco, tackled by Dominic Flanagan, fouls. Mahomes with a crazy pump fake, the little crafty throw that he had to Kelsey. And then Bosa gets a pressure and Mahomes rolls out and throws it away. Yeah. You're going to get the ball back. It's 10-6, and you muffed the punt.
You muffed the punt. You muffed it. And you know what?
There's so many moments in this game.
They were actually lucky that it could call for running into the kicker. One of the referees was looking at the head ref, Bill Vinovich, whether or not to throw the flag. So you got away with that. And then 3 seconds later, Kansas City's got a first down at their own at the Niners.
And you knew they were going to score right away. First play.
And they did. Wide open.
Wide open. How come we can't get any of them wide open ones in these big games?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
The first drive, everything was working. And then it felt like we couldn't get back to it.
McCaffrey fumbled.
Well, it almost feels like as well, like when Pacheco fumbled, Reed went right back to him. Yep. When McCaffrey fumbled, they just went away from him.
For a second, for a possession.
I know they went back to him, but again, 22 touches, 23 touches in regulation is not enough.
No, it's not.
For Christian McCaffrey. It's just not.
It really isn't.
In a one-score game, the majority of the game.
It really isn't. Let's go to Chicago. Tom in Chicago. Tom, what's happening? You're on the bench.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up, Tom?
Are you in a kitchen?
Bang, bang. What's up? Oh, yeah. I was doing dishes, my bad. Bang, bang, 49er gang, still the ring this century, 40 whiners.
Oh, so we trolling, huh? That's what we're doing. Call it a troll. Who cares? I can get a lot of tweets from Eagles fans and Raider fans. But they're going to have their day. That's fine. We'll see you guys next year. We're going to wear it. We talked that talk last year when you lost the Super Bowl. Go ahead and give it back to us. But we got to the NFC title game. You guys, your season was done 5 weeks ago.
By Baker Mayfield.
Literally, Eagles fans, your season was over 5 weeks ago, and you lost to Baker Mayfield. And you've fired coordinators. You still got Sirianni, and you're miserable. So I'm glad we were able to give you some life. I am. I'm here for this, though. You can tag me every single day. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not scared of you guys. I'm going to sit here and soak over the Super Bowl loss. But I'm here. You can bring it all day long you want to. I'm not going anywhere. We know what it is. I walked out that stadium last night saying, that may be the best shot we ever get. You didn't have to leave the Pacific time zone since you traveled to Washington, all right, on New Year's Day. You didn't have to go anywhere. This is on the Niners. They lost this more than I see Kansas City taking this over. And I know there's going to be people who disagree and say, man, Mahomes enough took this. Well, you left it on the platter for them in the first quarter, in the second quarter. The first quarter, I think Kansas City ran maybe 11 plays, maybe 13. the Niners were dominant. The total yards after the first quarter was something like 126-23.
I can't get over the conversation we had with the guy as we're walking out. He was like, that guy's Michael Jordan. Because that's what I kept saying.
Yeah, the brother.
He's
yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan. He's Michael Jordan. I mean, that's what it felt like. You're going up against Michael Jordan. And if you give Michael Jordan enough opportunities to win a game, he's going to win the game. And his retort, which I hadn't even considered, he was like, which makes us the Utah Jazz. It was so hard to swallow that.
I'll take it a step further. We're the Houston Rockets to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, but Houston never got this far.
They got to the conference finals. As far as you could get in terms of
Both
facing the
suck.
Warriors. Yeah, they both suck.
Both
I
sucks
hear
to
what
be.
you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Both zones to be in. Like, it's loser zone, you know? It's just...
Hey, listen, Warriors have won 6 or 7. And I guess pitchers and catchers report.
No, City Ball already, we reported on Saturday. We were working on bunt coverages. We've got 2 pony teams. We've got a Mustang team. We're ready to go.
Oh, my gosh. Nana, Pittsburgh. What's happening? I'm guessing this is another troll call. Go ahead, bring them up, Nana.
No, I'm not a troll. I've been a Niners fan since I was 2 years old.
Oh, good.
No, first of all, I wanted to say
Pittsburgh, California. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
I forgot all about you guys.
No, you're
I'm
good.
sorry.
You're
man.
rattled like Colton McKinnon.
Shout out to the 925 in Pittsburgh, man. The real Pittsburgh. My bad.
Bonta and
I'm going to
McKinnon.
Pennsylvania, man.
You just blew the assignment.
No, it's all good. Now, before I start, I had called in for the NFC Championship, but I threw in a cuss word and I got kicked off. So I want to apologize for that.
It's all
No,
good.
it's all good. Everybody curses on the show. It's all good.
I'm out. But no, it's the same old thing right now. And like, I'm not saying fire Shanahan just like you guys, but it's the same old thing. I was watching the game last night and I just did not feel confident. And then in the third quarter, you get the interception. You don't even try to run the ball. I'm like, come on, Kyle, please. And in overtime, I was in that 3rd and 4 play. I wish they would have just ran the ball. Or at least, and then when they kicked that field goal, I was like, that's not going to be enough. I knew it. But I was trying to be like, no, they'll get a stop. But in the back of my head, my heart was saying, no, they'll get a stop. But my head was saying, that's not going to be enough to beat Mahomes. And it wasn't. I started tearing up, and it was just, it's another year of a long season and hoping they could get back. And it's just, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. It's just
we're all tired of it. All right, we got about 7 minutes left before the injury report. Not the injury report. Fast five. I'm a little disheveled, man. I just this one bothers me. I've been thinking about this through that call. And when we talk about false starts and pre-snap penalties and illegal procedures and illegal mans downfield and all that stuff, this is going to bug me for a very long time. These quotes, we heard it from Eric Armstead. We heard it from a couple other players. Kyle Juszczyk just said, I assume you just want the ball in overtime because you score a touchdown and win, even though they placed the overtime rules on the scoreboard for everybody to see.
And when Mahomes and Warner were at midfield,
right,
the official went through it and said it.
Yep. And so then you get Drew Tranquill, the Kansas City Chiefs. They said they had an overtime rules presentation and strategy meeting every week of the playoffs and twice in our Super Bowl prep. So then when I'm thinking last night saying, well, should Kyle have taken the ball in overtime? Should he have deferred? In real time, being at the game and watching that defense barely hold on at the end of regulation, I thought they needed a break.
They did need a break. I agree with that.
Go score.
But I was thinking they needed a touchdown, the Niners.
Yeah, I was like,
I knew they needed a touchdown.
You got to get 6.
Yes.
Right.
It was 4-down territory to me.
Well, if you don't score, if you don't get the first down.
I know, then it's a field goal. But I'm just saying, like, the way I would have approached that entire drive is aggression. We need 6. That's Mahomes. And, like, his whole thing about analytics, I want to see the analytics he's talking about, where we want to possess it third. What's that based off?
Yeah.
What is that based off?
Yeah.
What analytics? What games? College games?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is that on?
I don't know, man.
The analytics?
Yeah.
We want it third?
We want
what?
it third. That
sounds like Cap to me.
That's a bad look by Kyle Shanahan, not knowing all the rules and saying that, we wanted the ball third in overtime. Wait, there's no guarantee you get the ball. Like, I don't even know how that goes into the process. Thought process. We wanted to get the ball third.
When we talk like, and I know David Lombardi, who covers this team with The Athletic, wants to compare everything the Niners do currently to the 1981 season. And it drives me nuts. Do you know what they did in the 1981 season leading up to that catch? They ran that play to end practice every single day.
Yep.
They ran that play. Now, they never got to Dwight Clark 9 times out of 10 on the sprint right option, and that was improv in there. But they had ran it so much. Preparation is the key in football, and you're preparing for these odd situations. You see this in basketball. There was like a Statue of Liberty play. Hey, this is what we're going to do when we need to get 2, when we need to get 3, whatever. Andy Reid has prepared for all of these situations, and they looked like it.
They look like it.
And it's hard for me to swallow. You can have all the most creative plays in the world, but does it apply to situational football? And I look at what the hallmark of Belichick and Brady winning all those games. Situationally, they were typically the smartest team on the field, and they let the other team make the mistakes. Not calling timeouts, utilizing field position and clock management to excellence. When I look at Shanahan and these late game situations, game management, situational awareness, clock management, specific play calling, not being prepared, not lining up and knowing where Travis Kelce is.
Yeah, no, that's Oren Burks. But that's Oren Burks being a backup.
That's a hallmark of this team right now.
Steve Wilkes was the best coach on the 49ers sideline yesterday. It's not even close. Not even close. Who do we have on the lines left? I want to get both of them. Spinoni, what we got left? Tim and Danville, and then who else do we have? All right, I'm going to get to Tim and Danville, then Big Smooth. Tim, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, guys. Good morning. I was at the game yesterday. I'd like to point out a couple things, though, fellas. If you look at the numbers between the two teams, I'm telling you, they're pretty close. They're pretty close. But here's the thing. I think we also have to acknowledge that, Mahomes is Mahomes. He's a better quarterback than Brock today. I have a couple other points. One is, like the other caller said, the last series in overtime with the Niners, I was telling my wife, "Hey, keep running. They're getting tired. Keep running." And then what does Kyle do? They get a stop. Kansas City gets a stop. I think I don't know. He got like no yards. Then Kyle has a throw, and that was incomplete. And then I think they kicked the field goal. Right? I don't know why he gave up on that. Number one, right? Number two. Guys, there's two things that the Niners knew what would kill them in this game. Two, and it's Mahomes and it's Kelce. And then what happened? Both those guys just lit them up at the end, right? So I don't know, fellas. Look, it was a great game. I'm happy I was there. I don't know, anyway, that's all I had to say. Thanks.
Thank you for the call, and let's end with Big Smooth in Oakland. Big Smooth, what is happening?
Keep your head up. Hey, keep your head up. I just want to say this. This is one play that I focused on. I think that was the game. It was third down. No, it was second down. You give the ball to McCaffrey. He runs up the middle, gets about 6 yards. It was 3rd and 4. You fake a sweep left to Debo and go back up the middle, and they stuffed it. You should have given Debo that ball in space and on the outside. You know that he's hard to take down. Going up the gut twice was a kiss of death. And then you have to go kick the field goal. And then another point is this, man. Patrick Mahomes, when the play breaks down, he's able to look up and say, oh, here. Brock is not there. He can't do that. You saw that run. It was just so much space that he was able to acknowledge, well, wait a minute, I'm just gonna slowly jog up the middle. It was just so much space. It was a logical thing. He's able to think like that on the fly, man. And listen, I texted my nephews. I said, "You're giving this guy the ball back with this much time?
Thank you.
Good luck, because this guy is he is who he is. But you had him bottled up. That's gonna hurt. That's what's gonna hurt. You had it. You had the game. But that fumble, it turned the tide. And Andy Reid, he started going to 87. And I think Greenlaw had him bottled up too. Greenlaw was making it miserable. Kelce assaulting his coach on the sideline because Greenlaw had him frustrated. I just think you left too much time, man, on the clock.
I totally agree. Look, all I kept thinking was, you cannot give Mahomes the ball. In the same way Bonds used to get intentionally walked, in the same way you triple team Steph Curry late in the game, you cannot give the ball to Mahomes. And then simultaneously, if you do, you better bracket every single time Travis Kelce and beg someone else to beat you.
The Super Bowl to me is on the offense. You bottled up Mahomes for most of the first half. The Kansas City Chiefs scored 3 in the first half. That Niners offense should have been up.
I know.
At least 2 touchdowns. At least. And when you come out in the third quarter and you go 3 and out on 3 straight possessions to start the second half of the Super Bowl, you're flirting with disaster. You're flirting with the devil. And the devil is Patrick Mahomes in that red number 15 jersey. And you know what? He got you because you left it on the platter for him over and over and over. You had so many chances to hit the Chiefs with a knockout punch.
You made a deal with the devil. Just go with the devil.
And you know what? I will. It's the 3rd straight Super Bowl the Niners have lost. 2nd in 5 years. And the drought continues, folks. The drought continues. 94-95, the last time this town celebrated a 49ers Super Bowl championship. And, boy, it doesn't get more harsh than that last night. You lose it overtime. Overtime of the Super Bowl.
Fast 5.
Wow.
I'm so upset.
I'll say it. That's the worst loss in 49er history. In terms of heartbreak, devastation, the stakes, the pie chart of culpability being off the charts. I mean, all your premium playmakers who we all love so much all had a hand in whether it was a moment or throughout the game of underperforming. Trent, Debo, Ayuk not getting enough looks, Kittle being on a milk carton, Purdy missing a couple plays, the play calling, CMC putting it on the floor, special teams. I mean, that's a hard one to swallow. While you simultaneously allow this guy on the other side to become greater than Joe Montana, and you become a footnote like you're the Cincinnati Bengals on his resume. This is really hard to swallow.
Last Friday, my final thought is, last Fridays, we took a lot of calls. And by the way, the Juice Call got a lot of traction on the internet. My slogan on that last Friday was, premium players need to make gold jacket plays, meaning they need to have Hall of Fame type days. Well, you know what? The premium players did make gold jacket plays. They just happened to be on the other sideline, the sideline of the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Niners have to go through another offseason of devastation, try to pick themselves back up for blowing another double-digit lead in the Super Bowl.
I think what's going to be really frustrating for Niners fans going forward is watching this performance that Mahomes had get elevated in the same way that LeBron's performance in the 2016 finals will be elevated at the end of his career. Like we talk about, LeBron's greatest moments. That finals victory will always be up there, and it's going to sting for Warriors fans. When we talk about Mahomes' career someday down the line, this Super Bowl is always going to be the one that pops up as one of his great performances, and it's just the sting is just going to keep going longer and longer and longer.
Spadona, you got anything?
Usher, guys. Usher was a tremendous performer yesterday, am I right? No? Thank you, Lucas. Other than that, Kansas City still has never lost at Allegiant Stadium, so there you go.
There you go. And they smoke cigars and pop champagne.
And they planted a flag. Yeah, it's tough.
Wow, and they planted a flag.
Yeah. We hate it.
All right, guys. That was Fast Five. Brought to you by Xfinity, the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. Hey, thankfully,